Hi, my name is Jayoza. I teach, mentor, and coach people on public speaking so that they can give winning high stakes speeches, whether it's one on one for a job interview or in front of a small group at a business meeting or before a large audience at a conference. I have a thought of the day today, and it's about helping people. Look, we all like to help people. The first thing you have to ask yourself is, do the people really want your help? And don't think that's always the case. What I found is that people sometimes don't want to be helped. Yeah, I know this is something that took me a while to figure out, which you may have already figured it out. Just because you want to help doesn't mean that they want your help. And so that's the first hurdle you have to overcome when you want to help people. You need to make sure that they really want to be helped. Do they really see a value in what you're doing? Okay, that's one thing. The second one is if somebody's struggling and you don't charge for what you're doing, they're not going to value it. Simple as that. They simply are not going to value it. It's a human nature that when something is free, it becomes too easy. So now you got two problems. They may not want your help, and because you're not charging anything, they may not think it's worth anything. Even though you're helping them, they may not even try anything. And I've tested this out a number of ways. And the one that I tested out recently was kind of interesting. I thought I would get a good response, and I got zero. So I put an ad saying, I'm available to coach anybody who's struggling, preferably a professional, but anybody getting a good job. And I said, I have a lot of experience in this. I help people. I also volunteer for Hire Heroes. I've helped a number of veterans get good jobs. So I said, look, if you're struggling, I'm available to help you. And here's the deal. I'm not going to charge you anything until you get a job. So until you get a job offer, that's when I say, okay, now you're going to have to pay. You got what I was trying to achieve, the job offer. Doesn't matter whether you take it or not. As long as you get a job offer, my job is done. You pay whatever we've agreed to. But until then, you don't have to pay. And I got zero response. And that also led me to believe that people, when they have to do work, they are not going to do it. They want things to just come to them. I'll give you an example. I have a number of relatives that could use my help to get a job. I've reached out to them on a number of occasions. I said, listen, I help people. I'm good at this. I can help you. Never got a call from them. I'm still waiting to hear from them. Have not heard from them. And I think the reason is two. First, they don't think I can help them. How? I have no idea. They just think like, hey, I'd rather spend my time doing the same stuff over and over again that's not working than to do something different. And I think changing your current way of doing things to something different is not easy. So even though I can help them, they're not going to do it because they'd rather keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. I mean, I've heard that some of them have gone to like close to 50 interviews. They haven't landed a job. That means it's not working and they're not going to do anything different because that change, the pain of change is much greater than the gain that they can get from that. And that's something we all need to take into consideration. Is the person that you're trying to help, are they willing to make the change? What is the pain of change? Because that pain of change is something you have to think about because we all are stuck in our ways and that change is very difficult. Even making a simple change, changing a breakfast or changing this, it's difficult. We don't like to even leave where we are. A lot of people don't even move anymore because that pain of change is just too great than the gain that they could realize. And that applies in everything. So to close this out, when you're trying to help somebody, you are very eager because we all have this helping nature. Like, I can help this person out. I can do this. I can help them. It's not about you. It's about them. You can definitely do all that. The question is, do they even want that change? Can they change? And that's a big hurdle to overcome. And what I'm realizing is a lot of people just can't overcome that. And I've even realized this coaching number of veterans, they can't make the change. They don't want to make the change. That is more scary to them than their current status quo. The current status quo for them is fine because they know what they have to do. They don't want to use up their energy to make that change. It's extremely difficult. And I believe this applies in everything. Anything you do where you have human being to human being interaction, the change is difficult. The pain of change is extremely hard. That they can they can feel. The gain they will not see. So what they want is if something requires pain to do, they're not going to do it, even though there's a gain there. So what they want is something that doesn't cause a lot of pain, thinking that that might result in the gain. I don't know if this is too complicated, but that's what I'm realizing. And especially when you have talent and you can help people and you still find that people don't want to be helped, you get frustrated. But now I realize that this is not me. This is just the way things are. People don't like making it change. That pain is just too great. Okay, let me know what you think. And if you have any ways that you know how to handle this situation, I'd like to learn from you because I'm kind of struggling with this. How do I help people that simply don't want to be helped? I can't convince them that that change that they have to make, they're going to have to do that in order to get the gain. I'm kind of stuck on this. Let me know if you have any suggestions. Thank you for watching.